What we look is relationship. We look at the relationship that we established. We're very proud of ourselves that we're in. I think about 90% of the tenants that we got are still with us. We started in 2001, and people who have joined us and risked with us in 2001 are still with us until now. And we're very proud of that.
We're with Ms. Cristina Samson, who is the co-president of the NET Group, but more importantly, she's here to discuss with us a very, I think, timely and pressing issue, which is the role of women in male-dominated industries. Thank you so much for joining us, Tina.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I couldn't imagine having this particular advocacy and not have you especially talk about your initiative in the ULI, which is the Women's Leader Initiative. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So the Women's Leadership Initiative is actually a subcommittee of the ULI, or the Urban Land Institute. So the aim of the WLI is to promote the voice of the women in the industry. For years, women have been taking part or giving their contributions to the real estate industry, but for years women have been at the back burner. We've not been at the forefront of the industry. So WLI hopes to promote the women and give them a certain voice and give them the face in the industry. What we want to do is make the women stand out and show that, hey, we're capable, we're equal with the guys without really being trying to overrun the industry. And we just want to be we want the real estate industry to be seen not as a male-dominated industry, but
in certain aspects it is, yes?
So probably for the past years ago, decades ago, it's male-dominated, but now I would think that more than about 50% of the people who are working the industry are women. So we want to have an equal footing and an equal voice with the guys.
What specific roles within the real estate value chain do you see are most appropriate for women's skill sets?
I think everything. If you look at it, women have established their names as the architects, the interior designers, the aesthetics of the women, the eye of the women have been noticed and have been respected. Engineers, we have more engineers now becoming women. So yes, before, if you talk about engineering, you would think about guys, and they would see women as it's like it's something as a taboo. Women are normally thought of as going through other types of work, not as engineers. You don't see women in the construction site. But now if you go to a construction site, you would see more women. At the developer side or the office side, now women are being respected as people who make the decision on what buildings to construct, what industry to invite into the country. So I think women now have more voice or more option. You don't see, you now don't think of real estate as just guys who have their hard hats on, but you see women who with their pants, their rubber shoes.
And we can, I think, rock the hard hat more.
Yes, yes.
Rock it so much better, right?
It's actually, the nice thing there is that when you walk, a woman would walk in the construction site and still look nice with the hard hat.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more. You know, you have really shed light into an important issue, which is making access to the important roles within the real estate value chain accessible to a diverse group of people. Now let's talk about your role as the co-president of the NET Group. You've always been at the forefront of sustainability and galvanizing everyone to action when it comes to issues pertaining to building sustainably. What's the future pipeline like for the Net Group?
For the Net Group, we've been, for years, we've concentrated on office development. Sadly, our concentration was in the Bonifacio Global City. But right now...
But you guys virtually built a good part of it,
yes,
right?
Yes. But right now, the thing is... real estate in Bonifacio became too expensive. So what we're trying to move now is more on the asset management. So what we're looking at is trying to partners with the single building developers and try to operate their buildings based on the Net Group standards. We are proud of how we operate our buildings. We just don't construct and lease out a building. We have a certain relationship with our tenants. That's how we built our name. So what we want to do is expand that and give it to the other developers who have not yet been in the industry for long.
I got it. So it's all about maintaining it way after construction so that the value appreciates over time.
Yes. The thing with us is we just don't look at a prospective tenant or as somebody to get money from or the recurring income from. What we look is relationship. We look at the relationship that we establish.